She's Girlinred. She's Marie, and she's doing it again. Hi.
Hello.
How are you? Where are you right now?
Right now, I'm in my apartment in Oslo, and I am eating some candy right now because I don't give a damn, and there's some water.
Girl, it's Sierra Red, so you do you. What kind of candy you got?
I got Norwegian iconic stuff in here. This is like a fizzy bottle. I don't know. Do you guys have these?
We don't
I
bottle.
don't
It
think
looks like a gummy thing.
It looks like a gummy worm,
Yeah.
kind of also, without the wormy part, but like the blue and red gummy worm. It is a gummy. It's like, bubble gum type of flavor, smell, and it's really good, but I'm not gonna eat it in front of you because that's impolite. So,
I
uh,
disagree.
you you do?
Yeah, I
Wait,
think
should
you
I
should.
should
I
I
think
be
you
a
should
little
down
naughty
that right
right
now.
now?
Yeah, do it.
That's so good.
Well, thank you for taking some time out. I know we're on way different time zones right now, so we really appreciate it. We're so excited for the show coming up at the Aragon, which will be right after your brand new album. I'm doing it again, baby. So album's out April 12th. Then the show at the Aragon is 2 weeks afterwards on the 27th, which if it isn't 100% sold out at this exact moment, there's like 2 tickets left for purchase. So get on that at q101.com. If it is sold out, you're very lucky that we managed to save a couple for you to enter and win. So we'll get everyone taken care of so everyone can be at the Aragon and not miss the I'm Doing It Again, Baby world tour. Dude, it's crazy to say that out loud.
I know it's a world tour now. Like I'm hitting all different kinds of markets. I'm amping up the production, putting all my life savings into this. Get the tickets, guys. Woo.
Please keep me on the road. So your second album, they say you have your whole life to write your first album.
Yeah.
Obviously, you started that very young. Did you feel rushed into doing this second album afterwards?
I feel like I definitely didn't feel like it doesn't seem like I felt rushed because like it's like 3 years ago since the first one came out now. So I wouldn't say I feel rushed, but I was definitely like freaking out. What if I'm not going to be able to make a second album? Like I was freaking out that maybe the first one was maybe that was it. Maybe I didn't have anything else in me, but I was very much wrong. And yeah, the new stuff is just way better, I think. I love the old stuff, but the new stuff, oof, it's hitting real hard.
So, where did all this music come from? Did you start writing it directly after the first album years ago, or has this been more of a recent?
I feel like it's more recent. Like I started some demos in 2022, like the year after the album came out, and but I feel like I had to start living a little bit. I had to like do life a little bit before I just dove into a whole new kind of album process because I think that kind of I feel like I had to live and kind of enter a new era of my life to be able to write something that feels different and feels like it's evolved. And now this new album feels very like fun and optimistic and crazy and electric and just like I feel like I really pushed myself because of I have been in a different part of like different like I don't know what's it called different
Like Headspace?
yeah, different headspace, different part. I'm in a different place in my life. That's what it is.
Okay. Can you, I don't want you to antiquate. That seems like a lot has happened over the last few years and you're discovering things and living things. Can you antiquate it down to a couple big moments or big things that you did?
I mean, like I think, there are some life like Marie admin stuff, like buying my first ever apartment, kind of like settling down, getting a girlfriend, uh like big sort of like personal life stuff. But then it's also just been like I've discovered so much like there are so many things I want to pursue. Like I've discovered my interest in like architecture and interior design and kind of all the worlds of all kinds of different aesthetics, and I feel like I'm just so overwhelmed and interested in absolutely everything in the world right now. So I feel like I've just entered this whole new chapter of obsession with the world, which I think is um I feel like something that has been a big thing. And then obviously I played the Eras tour last year, that which was like such a highlight and kind of made me realize that how rare this opportunity is. It's like playing in, I don't know, somewhere and then like in the US and then flying out to New York City to make music and then fly out again to play support for Taylor and that like kind of jet set life. It's like honestly, it's like my just feels like my life has happened within the past 3 years, and I just feel like I'm learning so much.
It sounds like it. And is it true that Taylor actually sought you out to open up this tour last year, which had 2 dates here at Soldier Field?
Um, yeah, I mean, uh, or I don't know how, I'm like, I don't know specifically how it happened, but she must have told her management or someone in her team to ask us if we wanted to play. So, and I'm assuming it's probably coming from her that she wanted that. So like, because she's, the boss. She's literally the boss. She's
Literally.
queen bossin. She's girl bossin. So like, um, yeah, I don't know. I can't say with 100% accuracy.
Okay, I can say it because on my end, on the radio side, I heard that Taylor Swift loved Girlinred's first album and was telling all her people, and then reached out to you and was like, dude, you need to come on this tour with me. Let me show you the ropes.
Yeah, that's kind of how it went down.
I love that. So wait, what's the biggest takeaway that you got after doing this insane world tour with Taylor Swift?
Um, I mean, I just think I'm such a big fan of her work ethic and like how far ahead she plans and like how she just works really, really, really hard. And I jokingly said to like some promoters in the backstage area that like one day I'm gonna be there, like just like a joke. But the promoter, like I think he was like Taylor's promoter, he was like, "Get me 5 hits." Like, well, you gotta have 5 hits for that. And I was like immediately humbled, because I don't. But like, it was just, yeah. I just took so much away from, like, how like, she's worked so hard, and if I can just even get, like, z 0.000 kind of, like, be able to live that li like, percent of, like, live that life the next 15 years, like, that would be, like, the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. I think you're very humble and you're being very modest right now. You definitely have at least 5 hits. You're ready to go. You were also the most played female artist on alt radio in 2022.
Really? I didn't even
Yeah,
know that.
now you know. That's huge.
Damn, people need to start updating me with these numbers.
Right? Let's see it. I'm curious,
Wow, okay, that's actually insane.
do you remember the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
I do, but it was not in the US. Like the very, very first time I remember I was on the radio was in 2018, and I had just put out a song called 4 a.m. on YouTube and SoundCloud the day before. And suddenly like the national, like this, like similar to like BBC radio, but in Norway, uh like the day after they were like playing it and they were like, this new artist, we don't really know who she is, but like she just put out this song yesterday on SoundCloud and it's sick, so we're gonna play it. And I was like, oh, what? And yeah, that was the first time. It was insane.
Do you still get that feeling when you hear yourself now?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like running through all the channels all the time to see if like maybe I'm on this right now, maybe I'm on right now, and because like the thing about radio is like it's so cool because it's like one of those few sort of outlets now and medias like that kind of when when you're listening with a bunch of other people. And I feel like we really need things that like kind of connect us all. Like we're actually doing something together in the world, that it's not all just like it's all just individual realities. Cause then like we don't I feel like I don't know, I just feel like we're missing something. And radio, it's like I love listening to it because it's like we're listening together and it's something cool
Mhm.
about it.
That is probably one of my favorite things about my job, besides getting to talk with amazing people like you, is the community around Q101 specifically, is incredible. And it's a shared experience. We're listening to these bands together. We love these bands together. We go to the concerts together. We drink a beer together. We tell jokes together. And radio is that unit that is able to draw everyone together and find that common place, I guess. So,
Yeah, and we need that commonplace now because it's all individual realities everywhere, and it's like I don't know, it's we're living in such a fractured reality. And I think even though it might sound trivial and like almost like stupid almost, but like radio is 100% like one of those things that like either you're just like driving and it's like I don't know, I like it. It feels like there's like a nostalgic thing to it also, which I romanticize a lot, like the past, but maybe that isn't good. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna stop myself. This is Marie. Shut up, Marie. Okay. Okay, thank you.
well, as one of the women who make Q101, which is a feature that I'm doing every day this month for Women's History Month, I would love to pick your brain about the women who inspired you in the beginning to first sing and perform, the women who continue to inspire you today.
I think like when I was younger, artists that really inspired me was like Rihanna, Britney Spears, Taylor Swift, kind of like the big ones like in the early 2000s were like really I was heavy on all of that stuff. Gwen Stefani, like I was really digging all those women. And when I started putting out music, and especially with Girlinred, and I started like putting stuff out on SoundCloud, and I kind of discovered this like SoundCloud community with like Claro and other like bedroom pop acts.
Mm.
And Claro, or AKA Claire Cottrell, she also definitely really inspired me to just go for it, just put it out, just put it out there. And I really liked her stuff and I thought she was cool. And funnily enough, she also invited me to support her 2 shows, one in a show in Dublin and then a show in Paris. And those were my first 2 shows ever abroad. So that's all thanks to one of my big early Girl in Red SoundCloud inspiration era. And she also continues to inspire me because um we were kind of like I guess in a similar place at that time, putting music stuff on SoundCloud but then switching over to Spotify and then kind of finding our way through music in that way. But she's still like she's made 2 incredible records, and I just feel like she really values great artistry, and I think she's really cool. And then other artists are like, of course, Phoebe Bridgers, still Taylor
Mm.
Swift. Like I think Dua Lipa is super sick. She's just like the pop queen. Sabrina Carpenter, pop queen. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. There are like Billie Eilish. Like I feel like the best. I feel like best musicians in the world are women right now. It's like I think it's so sick.
Hell yeah, I totally
Tate
agree. And
McRae, woof, she's
yes,
popping off.
I love to hear your stories of these women who influenced you, and then fast forward now, you're collaborating with them. Specifically, Sabrina Carpenter is on the new record. I'm so excited. I'm doing it again, baby. We'll have it April 12th. Girl in Red World Tour coming to the Aragon Saturday, April 27th. Again, Q101.com for all of that. Marie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you have an amazing day. I love that my face gets a little bit more pink looking at your hair. Like my cheeks are a little red, but coming out from the screen, I look also a little bit more red, so I love that. But I love your hair, and I hope that you have an amazing day, week, month, year, life, world.
Same to you. We'll see you
Okay.
soon.
Okay. See you soon.
Thanks, Marie.
Bye.